Alright, so DXY. So let's start off. I'm just gonna create a new list for this purpose. Damn it. Training pairs. Damn, I can't spell. Fucking up. Alright, so AUD USD is the pair we'll look to trade and set up and all that good stuff. The DXY, the TVC version, is what you want to use. And with the currency version, use the FXCM. So let's just clear all this out.
On the currency, gonna use what?
FXCM. So the thing with the dollar index, any pair that has like whatever but USD at the end correlates with the US dollar. So example, and I don't really want to mess this chart up. Fuck it. So this is going up. So the US dollar is going up right now, right? You can see that clearly, right? Alright, so the Aussie dollar is going down. So does that make sense? So if the dollar is going up because USD is at the end of this, that's the correlation. It's going to go down.
Right.
So you can use that in confluence with this, or with Euro USD, or with GBP, Great British Great British Pound USD, or whatever.
Anything in
Right.
correlation with
Right. Any of the majors. Right.
The majors, yeah.
So the reason I said start with this is a really slow pair. Like, you got fuck up room with this pair. So let's start by charting the DXY. I'll just remove all of that. Take all these indicators off. So we got a blank chart, right?
Okay.
We want to start off with our daily. This is about to be real simple. So you want to find your daily resistance and your daily support. So I'll mark them off like this. That the reason this is support is it came down and reversed. So bearish, bullish candle. It wasn't. It found a floor right here. Does that make sense?
On that red one?
Yeah. So it's a bearish candle going down.
All right.
So it's sells, buys, right?
Right.
So the reason I didn't put that if it found a floor here, because that's not current price. This is the most current level of support. And this is the most current level of resistance. And so with this line, I just kind of tried to catch all of the wicks, if that makes sense. So kind of the median, like I wouldn't want it down here, and I wouldn't want it up here. So I kind of wanted to catch all of that. Same with this one. I wanted to kind of catch both the wicks. So find a median. So this is your most current level of resistance that price is coming to. there was a level of resistance right here, but it blew right past it, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't phased by it at all. And so our next level of resistance would be right here because it found like a ceiling to where it couldn't break it. You see?
Yeah, I see it.
So what I would then do is draw what we're about to learn about zones. So I draw a zone like this, and the zones cover the wicks. So the wicks that the exhaustion wicks that you got from, meaning price came right here, stopped on a dime, and reversed, which is why you get how you get these wicks. It means like heavy rejection.
Right.
So price basically moves from one higher time frame zone to another. That's all it does. Like you can see it all over here. One higher time frame zone to another higher time frame zone. If I drew the zones out. So a higher time frame zone would be, or higher time frame is your H4 or your daily. Lower time frame is 1 hour and below. So the 1 hour and below zones, which we haven't drawn yet, we're gonna get to them. They stall price, so it'll stall it, and then it'll eventually push up to this higher time frame zone. Higher time frame zones, H4 daily, reverse price. They're very strong areas. So after we get our daily resistance support zones set, we're working in here. So say if we saw this coming down, I probably would have had a level like right here, and I probably would have did something like this. As you can see, it came right into that zone and reversed, right?
Right.
But since we're working with current price, let's just go from there and see where we are in the market. So after you find like your daily support and resistance for current price, um, then go to your H4, break it down a little more, and so I expect price to come up to this zone, and then when it gets to a higher time frame zone, which is still H4 or daily, you kind of lose your bias. And what I mean by that is this is a very strong momentum going up. So when it gets here, it can either do this or this, right?
Yeah.
So you don't really know. You trade what you see, not what you think. Like if you've got a bias, you're like, oh, this is making a bull run. It's going up. Buys all day. And it hits this, you're like, oh, it's gonna blow through here. But it doesn't, and it stops in reverse. You'll take a L because your bias didn't change with the market. You have to have a dynamic bias when it gets to these higher time frame zones. But so H4 zone, that's an H4 zone right there. Um, and as you can see, price hit it. Like I would have had this drawn out before this even got here, and I just would have been prepared for price to hit it and then drop. As you can see, it did. But since the H4 can reverse price, but a lot of times the daily zone is really what reverses price. Like, it's stalling hard right here, but I still expect, just because it's so much momentum, it to go back up, which it's doing, as you can see. And I think it's gonna come right here. This is what I'm thinking for this week. It's gonna come right here. And then it's gonna drop to, I don't know, maybe right here. Since there's a level of resistance that was broke right there. And then go up. That's what I think. But I mean, I don't know. So, um, zones. So these zones are like really, really, really powerful. And it keeps your charts clean. So this is what I've learned recently. But there's a lot more to go into this. But um, price basically moves from one higher time frame zone to the next. That was my first point. Literally, that's all it does. That's all it does is move from one daily zone to another daily zone, over and over. So, um, with this now, if I go to AU, I wonder if I can split these screens. Yeah. No, it doesn't like give me like the full view. But so AU, freshly charted. So if we go to daily, dry zones on our daily. So I would say, damn it, that's our daily level of resistance. Reason I say that is because price came up, stopped on a dime, literally, and dropped. Tried to do it again, as you can see, and dropped. It couldn't. So every time it hit this level, the fuck. Every time it hit this level, it dropped. So, and then you got a level of support right here. So AUD and the DXY. DXY is going up. AUD is going down. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and so along with these zones, you still need to know like your overall market direction, like higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower lows, whatever. Is the overall trend, uptrend, downtrend, whatever. So uh, right now, AU's in a downtrend, which we know because the DXY is an uptrend. So I like to use the H4 to do market structure. Man, this shit's acting crazy. So this is my first